My mother's immigration journey and struggle for acceptance was defined by her racial and ethnic Filipino identity in the American community. Sarah Reyes was born in Quezon City, Manila, Philippines, on June 18, 1962. At age 13, Sarah and her mother, Susan Reyes, left their tropical climate and island life in search of better job opportunities and conditions. With motivation and determination, Sarah flew to America on April 15, 1975, in hopes of finding opportunity and prosperity. After the passing of the 1965 Immigration Act, which promoted family reunification for immigrants in the U.S., Sarah and her mother gained support from relatives already residing in America. Sarah and Susan arrived in Honolulu, Hawaii, where most Filipino immigrants entered the U.S. during post-1965 immigration. From there, she moved to Albany, New York in June 1975, when Susan was searching for a well-paying job at Neutrogena that could make them affluent. For her first year in the United States, my mother suffered from constant racial discrimination. Sarah started 8th grade at a predominantly white middle school in upstate New York. As one of 3 Filipinos in her entire middle school, she dealt with racial, language, and cultural barriers. Only having spoken Tagalog and minimal English, she was naturally made fun of for her Filipino accent and brown skin color. Many of her classmates laughed when she spoke, hollering, "You don't belong here," to "Your skin is so dark," to "I can't understand you with that percolated accent." It was at this moment that she felt disappointed, subordinate, and ostracized in a country she thought she could finally find success. This animosity forced her to assimilate to American culture in order to mitigate racial harm. Like most Filipino immigrants, she started wearing more American clothes, ate more American foods, and even altered her voice to sound more American. She also became a U.S. citizen at the age of 18 to align with American norms. Although she felt confined to Asian society, her ongoing assimilation erased parts of her Filipino identity. Despite the racism she experienced, she sought to preserve and develop her Filipino identity by immersing herself in a new community, leading to her next journey. After struggling to find work as a Filipina immigrant, my mother moved in with relatives in July 1977 to Rampart, a neighborhood in Los Angeles, California, also known as Historic Filipino Town. Known to be one of the most crime-ridden areas in Los Angeles, Rampart became her new home, a home where she underwent her ethnic revival. Her block consisted of Filipino families, giving her opportunities to attend various cultural-related gatherings. From pancit to lumpia potlucks, karaoke to Tagalog conversations, my mother finally reunited with her waning Filipino identity. Sarah continued integrating herself into the LA Filipino community at the age of 16 by attending Immaculate Heart High School, an all-girls Catholic school. Attending a predominantly Latina and Filipina institution, she felt free to speak Tagalog and relate to her classmates, knowing she wouldn't be judged for her accent and skin color. Living in Rampart, a lower-class neighborhood in Los Angeles, may have made her and her Filipino relatives feel inferior to American neighborhoods. However, my mother found something more valuable. She discovered her acceptance in the U.S. when surrounded and supported by other Filipinos. As a result of the community she found in LA, her newfound sense of Filipino identity would stay with her the rest of her life. My mother's story is not only defined by the racial discrimination she faced. Her story is about finding and claiming one's identity through ethnic Filipino communities in the U.S. Today, she lives in Agora Hills, not too far from her Filipino neighborhood in Rampart, and finds joy in connecting with Filipinos in her community, sharing Pinoy pride. In states of adversity, she strives for unity. Her story shows clearly that being Filipino in white America is not all that bad. That through persistence, it is possible to find and create a community that one can find true sense of belonging in the US. All of her experiences have shaped her into a Filipina who has at last found a newfound and appreciated purpose in the American community.